In the classroom, the teacher asked the little boy this interesting question. What part of speech are words like my and mine? In his spontaneity, the little boy answered, they are aggressive pronouns. And I believe this answer has the seal of Jesus. The Lord says, Father, glorify thy name and not my name.
मूलं समीक्ष्य यत्र गम्यता सर्वेषां मार्गं तथैव प्रवृत्ति मूलं समीक्ष्य यत्र गम्यता सर्वेषां मार्गं तथैव प्रवृत्ति.
Sisters and brothers, a very hearty welcome to each one of you to the fifth Sunday of Lent. We are traveling with Jesus to experience the glory of the Father by being the Son of Man who surrenders himself totally to the will of the Father. A few years back, I happened to watch a video clip which in fact touched me. This was about the visit of Pope Francis to Sudan, a war-ridden country. As he landed there, he had a meeting with the political leaders of the country. And in that encounter, the Pope made a startling move. He went in front of the ministers who were seated there, knelt down before them, and kissed their feet and told them, do not enter into violence. Enter into dialogue, peace, and reconciliation. Yes, my sisters and brothers, Christianity is a religion that encounters people and humanity at large with a sense of peace, reconciliation, and relationship. And this exactly is the vocation that is given to each one of us. We are called today by the Lord to understand that the glory of the Father is coming through the struggles and problems of the people and our human endeavor to appeal to God's favor through these struggles. And this is here that we are today taken to a new understanding of the glory of God. We are traveling with John the Evangelist as Jesus is moving towards Jerusalem. But in difference from the synoptic gospels, we see here a group of Greeks present there. And who are these Greeks? They are not the so-called proselytes or the so-called people who are converted to Jewish religion. Instead, they are a wandering group of people who in fact came to encounter a new culture, a new people, and to learn from them what is their lifestyle. And this aspect of their lifestyle is very interesting. That's why the ancients would say, you Athenians, neither do you rest yourself, nor permit others to rest. You always inquire, you always clarify, you ask questions. A second aspect of the Greek is that they are people who are always in search of truth. We know that world-famous incident about the famous philosopher Socrates as he was put behind the bars to be killed by drinking poison. And a group of his disciples came to him and told Socrates, Master, you do not deserve this death. You need to escape from here. We have already a plan how to help you to get out of this prison. We will take you to another country where nobody will ever recognize you. There you can give your wisdom to those who come in contact with you. Socrates looked into the eyes of his disciples and asked them the question, "My children, what did I teach you? How could I ever look into the face of the people and speak about truth when I tried to escape this prison through an illegal manner? I preferred death than going against truth." Yes, they are people who always sought truth. And this was the speciality of the Greek. Therefore, now they come to Philip, whose name sounded similar to that of a Greek name, and ask him, "Where is Jesus, the famous person who speaks about truth?" Both Andrew and Philip go together now to Jesus and tells him about this inquiry of the Greek. Jesus now responds to them with a very special statement. And his statement is this: "The time has come for the Son of Man to suffer many things and to die." That is something very shocking for the people. Who is the Son of Man who has to suffer? For the Jews at that time, the Son of Man was supposed to be a victorious person. If you read the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 13, it is written there that a Son of Man will come who will in fact bring victory to you. And the first part of the chapter 7 of book of Daniel, 1 to 7, would very clearly mention who are these people who are in fact persecuting the people of Israel and from whom they are to have this victory through the help of the Son of Man. They are the Assyrians, the Babylonians, the Medes, and the Persians, who were known to be savage beasts, people who had been so aggressive and violent towards these people of Israel. Now, they are hearing from the mouth of Jesus that the Son of Man will come to rescue them. And they are already thinking about a liberation of a political level. They begin to see that the heavens are opened now. They begin to feel that the trumpets are blown. They begin to experience that the victory march have begun. Yes, they are already proclaiming a Son of Man who will be victorious. But the concept of the Son of Man proposed by Jesus is totally different from that of the one which is expected by the people of Israel. The Son of Man about whom Jesus speaks is the suffering servant. Jesus tells them, unless the grain of wheat falls down and decays, it will never produce the effect. Yes, pains and sufferings are part of the life of the Son of Man. He will have to undergo suffering. It is not about a victorious journey that he is going to make, but it's all about struggles that he will have to undergo. It's here that we see Jesus speaking about his Father. He speaks one thing: Father, glorify thy name. And it is said, the heaven was opened and the voice came, I will glorify it. My sisters and brothers, as all of us are well aware, 3 times we hear in the Gospels that the Father speaking to Jesus. The first one was when the time of baptism arrived. The second one was on the Mount of Transfiguration as Jesus was facing towards Jerusalem. And the third one now when Jesus is asking the Father, glorify thy name. Yes, I'm very much startled by this statement of Jesus. It is said, a teacher asked in the classroom to a little boy, tell me, What kind of part of speech are words like my and mine? And the little boy, in his spontaneity, answered, they are aggressive pronouns. And I believe there is a stamp of Jesus in it. Jesus is not asking his Father, Father, glorify my name. Instead, he is telling, Father, glorify thy name. It's for your name's sake that I have come here. It's the name of yours that is to be glorified. The glory that is to be seen by the humanity is the glory of the Father. And for that, I, the Son of Man, will suffer and die like a weed of grain that is fallen down on the ground. It's here that we are listening to that first reading from the book of prophet Jeremiah. The Lord Yahweh says, I will engrave my name in their heart. Irremovable, irreplaceable is my name. And for that name, the one who is sent, my Son, will kill himself. We have in the second reading from the letter to the Hebrews, a famous statement read out before us. In the days of his flesh, Jesus cried out in loud voice, yes, without suffering there is no glory. Without Calvary there is no Tabor and transfiguration. Sisters and brothers, today the readings on this fifth Sunday invite each one of us to reflect and to see the meaning of our sufferings. How many times have we grumbled against God and our own fellow beings? When sufferings and difficulties came, we put before God questions after questions. Why so? Today, are we able to define the meaning of suffering in order to see the glory of the Father in our day-to-day life? Like Jesus, let's also say, glorify thy name, my Father. Amen.
मूलं समीक्ष्य यत्र गम्यताम् सर्वेषां मार्गं तथैव प्रवृत्ति